Okay, you're seeing my screen okay?
Yes.
So, let's see.
Funny
Okay,
that you
yeah.
don't get the completion for that.
Yeah, it's weird. Maybe that can be added to the list of things. It's something with the
As soon as
spatial.
we turn on Home Manager, and you'll get some like automatic upgrades.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm in like kind of a partially usable state right now. Yeah, so apparently all we have is this claim. Let's see. What's that again? Why my modules still change? See that. Yeah, so we have this, and had tested out on a file over there. Do you have some stuff you said? Ooh, lots of stuff.
Yes, but it's mostly style.
Sure, okay. What should we look at?
I think I should give you the gist of it, or maybe I should give you the. It's good if you maybe look at my log.
Yeah.
While I'm explaining it to you. So let's see, where do I start? Okay, let's look at the LSP format, LSP servers to enable true.
Okay, this is what we were looking at in the last session. So you changed that to just enabled. No longer. So I guess this has some default, which is.
Right, which is, I think it's all.
It's all, okay.
Yes. So my reasoning before was use LSP format, this plugin that is configured here, and turn off all other LSP servers. Well,
Okay.
with I think I was thinking something like, if I ever want to turn on any, then I will do so explicitly somehow, but
I see.
I haven't found a way to actually do that. And I think I was quite satisfied with projects that have a flake, because I just happened to work in such projects that for all this time.
I see.
So in order to support arbitrary projects that don't have a flake and don't have flake formatter build command available, and I set this to default, which is all.
Okay.
But then what LSP format plugin what the behavior will be is that all available formatters that are from, they come, their origins for this plugin, of where this plugin finds formatters is LSP language servers that come with formatters.
Okay, so if
Provide
you
formatters.
have a buffer with an LSP attached and that LSP provides a formatting, then it will use whatever
It will use
facilities
it.
that
Yeah.
provides.
But it will use all formatters available
Okay.
in some arbitrary order.
But that would only be a concern if there were like multiple LSPs per language.
And that is the case often, because that can be the case, because especially since we have the non-LS providing this Nixflake format.
So none LS acts as like the backup LSP, kind of.
It allows implementing a language server in Lua inside of the Lua that is run by the editor.
Mm. Okay.
And we use it for one thing, for the Nixflake funct built in.
Okay. So yeah. Okay. In the case that a project provides that formatting build command, then none ls may be selected, but it may also be the
It
case
will
that
be. It will be
isn't.
selected. Yes.
Oh, it will be. That will take priority.
That it's not priority. It's order. They
It's
all
order.
get to run.
Okay. So if we have clang D, let's say it's a C++ project with a flake.
I don't know that ClangD has formatting. Does it format?
Well, that's a good question. I'm not 100% sure. I mean, I know there is Clang format. I don't know if Clang D supports.
Well, we can test it.
Yeah, I think it embeds Clang. According to this, it's yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so I guess in this
Okay. So
scenario, if we had, I mean,
yes.
yeah, I guess this is where I'm a bit confused. If your project is C or C++ and it is a flake, there's a flake which provides the formatting build,
Yes.
which is some formatter. Maybe it's Clang D or maybe it's just Clang format, right?
Yes.
Then you have that option through none ls. And also, I guess if you have your LSP enabled with Clang D, then that separately provides the formatting. Sorry, with Clang format through Clang D. I guess they might most likely they'll be the same formatter, but two different sort of LSPs. I guess would be how to think about
Yes.
it.
I think that's what'll happen. I think you
Okay.
might not notice.
Yeah. So I guess in that scenario, which one gets used, or do they both get used, or?
I think they both in order.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Okay.
But there's more to the story that I've discovered
Sure.
because I made more changes. Let's see the subsequent changes.
So this one maybe.
What is that? That is okay. Yeah, that's me. I think this is mostly for formality. I think there's not much difference. The difference between using LSP command format and using the LSP format plugin format. Line 38. This command format is from LSP format plugin. Okay.
Okay. Wait.
38.
Yeah. This format command is
From LSP format plugin.
okay.
Why does LSP format plugin even exist? What is the difference between it and some other means of it's pretty easy to bind your write or to set up some, I think it's called an auto command to do format before write. That's very easy to do. And the difference is that if you do bind or do an auto command format like line 26 that is removed, that That format string stands for something like LSP Vim Lua vim.lsp.format
Okay.
function.
Okay.
Some implicit magic going on there, but
I see. Okay.
so the difference between what you'll get with that format command of function, the native one in line 26, is that's synchronous.
Okay. It
That's
will
all.
happen. So it'll be forced to happen before the
If you
write.
set it up before write, yes, then it'll block before the write. Okay.
Okay.
Some people found that to be not optimal, and then they made LSP format, and it's asynchronous, which means the write will occur.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. The write will, I think the write will occur, and then if you like do an edit, then the formatting will be canceled. But if the formatting completes before you do another edit, then it'll be applied and written again. I think that's kind of an arrangement.
Okay. This is the plugin, right? This is the
Yes.
loose. Okay.
Asynchronous.
Okay.
That's pretty much it.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. There's more, and we can
Yeah.
get back to LSP format if you want. I just want to finish this.
This
Right.
one.
Yeah. So that you see that each LSP server in NixVim has a package option.
Okay. So oh, I see. This package. Yeah.
Yes. Now, setting the package by default is either usually or always some, the server from PKGs.
Okay. So in the case of Clang D, it would be like the I guess the what would
PKGs
it?
dot
Okay.
Clang language server or whatever.
Um.
You can read the NixVim manual for that.
Right. It would be some.
But if you really want the answer, it's the NixVim manual.
Is that right? Isn't there like a package search? Wouldn't
Well,
that be that? Like, what would the name be here if you wanted to specify it instead of null? It would have to be Nix
I think the
packager.
answer is, what is the default for that? Why am I setting null? Because I don't want the default. And the
I
default will
see.
be documented in the NixVim manual.
I see. Okay. And it was.
You can use the search feature to reach Clang.
Yeah, it was package.
No, there will be a lot of package.
Yeah. So what was
Clang.
it? It was, LSP servers, Clang D.
Yeah, just click one of them. Good.
Okay. Okay,
That.
so it's the Nix packages package that you would use to provide that thing. Okay, so I guess like somewhere in here in the output derivation, there'd be like a bin slash some executable, which it must know about somehow.
It's Clang D.
Oh, okay. Okay,
Yeah.
it's gonna look for it. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so it's gonna look for this executable in the bin slash or the bin directory. of this
Mm-hmm.
package. Yeah. Okay. And if you wanted to provide it something else, I guess the reason to set it to null is because, at least in my head, that this is something that might be coupled with the tool chain that the project wants to use. And
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking.
yeah. Okay. And I
So
guess
I went ahead and changed these all to null because I want support in my editor, but I don't want my editor to come with the
its own
tool.
opinion. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Makes sense. Like essentially the, I guess the editor providing a choice for which package would be kind of like a last resort if the project doesn't specify itself. Or that would be kind of like maybe the ideal case.
I think like we have a problematic design here because we have a coupling between like this formatting and all the rest of the features of a language server.
Mm-hmm.
Because if it wasn't for formatting, I might have not. I don't know if I would felt strongly about setting these to null. There is also a case for like the size of my system. Why do I need all these tooling in my system?
Okay.
Another, I don't know, gigabyte of all these
Yeah,
different
like the
languages.
editor is going to pull in all these different packages, which have their massive dependency trees and whatnot.
Which should be project specific anyway, maybe. But
Right.
that's kind of that's another point. My main point is that because these come with some of these at least come with formatters, then the way it works is that they will by default all be like enabled by default. So any file in every project that I will open with my editor,
Mm-hmm.
I will have a formatter for.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll be by on right enabled, and it's a big mess. It's like
Yeah.
formatters should definitely be project specific.
Yeah, I agree. Unless, I mean, if you could just get everyone to agree on the correct format, you just have to convince the whole world.
Even if you do that, there are versions.
It's true. Yeah. Yeah. No,
So
basically, you'd have to boil the ocean, right? Yeah.
yeah. So what I did is, okay, the executables are not in my editor. So
Okay.
my editor is just smart enough to pick them up if they're available in the project. And then it's like in most projects, I'll probably, if the editor finds a formatter, then it'll use it. And chances are that's desirable.
Okay. And that would be through the nonetheless.
Well, nonetheless is already okay. Nonetheless is the ideal case, right? The Nix Flake font. But
Uh-huh.
sometimes that's not all of these other tools in projects that don't use Nix or don't use Nix Flake formatter build, right?
Mm-hmm.
But in the edge case, that I also want, that's like a formatter is being applied, is being enabled, and I don't want that to happen. I have discovered some Lua line to pass on to LSP format to disable individual formatters by the name of the language server at
Okay.
runtime.
Okay. And that's okay. That's not this package equals null thing. That's something else.
I don't think I have a commit for that. Potentially there could be like a command for that, but
Mm,
I didn't bother because it's a short invocation of some Lua.
I see.
And yeah.
Okay. So I guess then the question becomes, okay. So I guess I'm still one thing I'm still slightly confused about is if you have you've set the package to null in all of these LSPs.
Mm-hmm.
So where or how does the LSP associated with any of these sort of languages, I guess, or
If it finds that they will all look for certain magic commands in path.
I guess what we'll all look for? The editor, like yeah.
ClangD will look for ClangD, and bash ls will look for probably bash ls.
Oh, you mean this bit of Nix has like a hard coded default for where to look if you don't provide if the package is set to null. Is that what you mean?
It's not aware. It's like a command name that is expected to be
Oh, yeah,
on the
okay,
path. That's it.
okay.
So you enter
So
into the dev shell of some project and you open your NeoVim, and if bash ls exists, then it will use it.
I see. Okay, so then with that approach, if you have like multiple projects, and I guess if they're Flake projects which provide a dev shell, then they can specify this bash ls or clang d or whatever in that dev shell, and that's what will be picked up by the NixVim.
Or if they don't even have Nix,
Mm-hmm.
and you just stick Nix in your you put in a .env that does something like Nix shell with p flag,
Mm-hmm.
and you add clang tools or whatever that was.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, when you launch NixVim, you ensure that there is a appropriate
Language
like
servers.
one or more appropriate language servers for the languages of that project. You make sure that those are available, in path prior to launch NixVim, and then that's what will be picked up. Okay, so basically, you kind of have to set that up ahead of launching the editor, which I guess that makes sense.
Right.
Yeah, there's only
And
so much magic that one can reasonably perform, I suppose.
right. And the last bit of magic is being able to disable language servers by name at runtime
Okay.
for the purpose of formatting, not to disable them altogether.
So just disabling them for the task of formatting. Okay. And that's the
Yes,
bit of Lua code at runtime you mentioned.
it's a single function call, and I can show you. I mean, you can probably
Should I search it?
open up your NixVim.
Oh, okay. Can I open up NixVim? Let's see. That's what is open. Yeah. What is the command?
So first, let's see which are enabled here. So this is the Nix file.
Yeah. Should I open up some other?
Nix file is fine.
Okay.
Nix file is fine. How do we find out which language servers are something like LSP? I think until recently there was like a set of LSP functions, but now it's different. I think it's hold on, I'll find out. Oh, I think it's okay. It's check health LSP. Yeah. I see there's one
Mm-hmm.
active client. It's called null ls, right?
Mm-hmm. And
Okay.
it's attached
So
to the buffers 1 and 7.
let's confirm that it's being used for formatting.
Okay.
Just just try to format and see that it formats.
Let's see. Well, let's see. So yeah. Okay.
Good.
So it's formatting on save, and then if yes, also formatting on space F.
Okay. Well, your space F I would recommend that you set it up to be the bound to what the change that I made,
Sure. Yeah.
so that what we do next will apply to it as well.
What was that one? It was this.
Yes.
Actually, yeah, I should be able to just so this should be and then I think you just truth that one entirely, yeah. Yeah. Okay. So now, yeah, we have, I think I've grabbed those changes. Yep.
I think I had another small change.
Was it in
Tweak
this?
LSP format strings.
Which one?
Tweak.
Okay.
I wanted to make it clear that this is toggling LSP format specifically.
Uh-huh. Right. Yeah, that's, yeah, a little more precise. Okay. Makes sense. Got that. So this is just, yeah, just those message lines. Please. Okay.
Restart the editor.
Yeah. Um, okay. So that took
Confirm that
effect.
we have formatting.
Yep.
Good. Now let's enter that command, shall we?
Sure.
So that would be something like Lua, and the Lua is require LSP format.
Is it like require
I
like
think that
that?
should work.
Yeah.
And then on what that returns, we call setup. And to that, we pass a table.
Okay. And I forget, Lua tables are curly bracelet.
curly. This table is a table of languages. So this language is Nix,
Is it in quotes or just
no quotes.
Nix?
Nix equals, and that's another table. And this table has the word exclude. That equals another table. And this, in quotes, null ls. Close exclude, close Nix. Okay. Yeah, try this.
Okay, did some stuff. Okay, that no longer, and that's on save or on space F. So that,
That's what we wanted. Now, you can imagine that you had multiple formatters, right? And one of them is undesirable. You find out which one and you disable it at runtime.
I see. Okay. And then is there a way to, okay, so you do the check health as LSP, that will tell you all the like LSP formatters enable, like available. And that's how you get the name to put into the exclude. And then the Nix equals, that bit is the file type. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. So like it might be C or Python or something else for that part. Okay. Okay.
Now,
That's a good bit of sorcery to keep in mind.
keep in mind and keep in video here.
Yeah, exactly.
About half an hour in.
Yeah, yeah. Good call. I
Okay,
might
so
I might just grab that and maybe I will.
add it as a comment here.
Yeah. Actually, should I commit? Let's see. Yeah. So what do we have here? We have the things we just looked at, and then we added clang D. Okay. So and then we will update. I will. So here we'll S D. Is it A or L or A or and?
Maybe you want this as a code comment instead of a commit comment.
Yeah, or both. Maybe I can amend the commit. Let me just put it in here. Um, okay, something like that. I guess once the type the EX as name set instead. That seems pretty good. I could always add that as a comment. If I was going to put that as a comment, probably yeah, I'm not sure exactly where that would make the most sense, but So yeah, where would the appropriate place to make this comment be? Somewhere in this file?
Top. Or maybe where LSP format is enabled.
Yeah, that's good. I think. And actually, okay, so okay, I think this. I think that I had I had some editor running that. Okay, so if I do space F, okay, that's better. There we go. All right, how's that look? Look okay?
Good enough.
Okay, cool. Okay. That's pretty sweet. I like that.
Totally.
Um,
Home
what?
manager?
Yeah, let's do home manager. So, let me pull the docs open for that, or actually maybe just, let's see. You must have this somewhere in your stuff. I don't know if it's top level is going to be home manager directory, or if there's another place you also have it.
Yeah, well, these files, they correspond, they try to portray their meaning.
Mm-hmm.
NixOS is what we're looking for now, I think, because that's the only thing you have. You have a NixOS at the moment. We
Right.
want to add a home to it.
Okay. And so just looking at this, let's see, base. Okay. These base and PC, these are names you have decided upon, correct? Or like this attribute and the PC attribute?
Correct.
Okay. And so you reference that that name somewhere else, presumably. Or you kind of declare that name somewhere else as well.
Well,
I can't remember if I used that same term or that same name anywhere. I think we
I,
talked about it in the context of NixVim. There was like a base configuration.
that's right. I think we didn't do that yet because
Yeah,
we did not make your NixOS configuration dendritic yet.
right. We just kind of copy pasted some content into a. So maybe that's the first step, or
I
before.
think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
if we add on top of this, we're going to have a bit of a mess.
Sure. Yeah. So that's let's see, where is that? That is going to be in config modules configurations, nixos.nix, I presume.
Hosts. Modules hosts, the name of the host.
Yeah, actually, this was a question in the back of my head that maybe since we're looking at this now makes sense. So, this all came from, I guess I should have added a comment, but I think the first part of this here came directly from configuration.nix and then somewhere down below.
It doesn't matter where it came from.
Yeah,
We should go line by line and decide where it goes.
yeah. Okay, but yeah, basically the question I was going to ask, and I think we're going there already, is
Mm-hmm.
The every line or groups of lines in this file should sort of be organized logically into a file that whose name and location sort of provide some context about what it contains. Um,
Yes.
and then in some cases, these things will, very much be specific to this particular host, the one I mentioned. But in other cases, like I would presume that, I would probably have these settings all the same across, all my machines. And so like it wouldn't really be a host specific thing, but maybe it's not the time one, but it's just the, the I-18 and
Yep.
stuff, right? That all is going to go into its
Mm-hmm.
own file with a reasonable name, and that will then be used across every host until such time I
You,
determine I
yeah.
need something else.
Yeah. You're on the right path.
Mm-hmm.
You, seems like we're thinking similarly. How about we start with the first line and
Sure. Yeah. So, okay. First line being this stuff, or do you mean all the way at the top?
that comment you marked, just remove it.
Yeah. Okay.
That's just a comment. Okay.
Yeah.
Now the very first line, bootloader systemd boot
Enable true. Yeah.
enable true. What aspect of your infrastructure does this belong to? Is it the fact that you're using systemd? Is it the
Mm-hmm.
fact that you're using systemd boot?
Mm-hmm.
Is
I
it
guess this.
which bootloader you are using in all your systems?
Mm-hmm.
Because this could be in a file called bootloader.
Right. So I guess in the potentially non-existent future scenario where I might have system deboot on one machine and some other boot on a different machine, um, which I mean, it sort of seems like just putting this into a file called systemd-boot.nix might be reasonable. And then
My
if
take on that thinking is like I have two feedbacks. One, don't think ahead.
okay, just plan for now and refactor later.
Yes, it's code. It's not brick and mortar.
Sure. Okay.
Second, systemd boot is an implementation detail. It's literally an implementation of a bootloader.
Sure. Okay.
So it's not a candidate for being an aspect. Or
Okay. Yeah.
it's like we want to avoid it being an aspect. We want to try to keep aspects as high level as they can.
Okay. So like basically there will, under the current state of computers, there will always be a bootloader, and the name of the particular implementation of bootloader you use is what you specify on the inside of that file, but the name of the file should be kept generic because that's kind of a generic feature of a computer.
Yes, in that sense, we can even take it further and call the file boot.
Okay. And then, yeah, okay. So then at that point, I mean, potentially all three of these options go
Let's
in this.
one at a time.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
So okay, well, if we go with boot.nix, then the question is where, or should boot be a directory under modules?
Yeah, not a directory, just boot.nix for now. Don't think too much ahead. Easy to change.
What I do.
So the file name is one decision to make. We have
Uh-huh.
that.
Uh-huh.
The other decision to make is the name of the NixOS module this goes into.
Okay,
And that's where I
that.
did a lot of thinking.
Uh-huh.
And I can spare you if you want to take the time to like do your processing now. I think
I,
better use of your time is
I guess
to hear me out.
real quick, I mean, we can,
Hmm.
you can spare me, but the name of the module is specifically like you called it base here. Is that what we're talking about?
Yes.
Okay. So basically like what is the thinking behind that choice? I'm willing to defer that and just accept the name base, or, you know, if you have a different
Yeah.
suggestion, that's fine for now.
Well, we need to understand the reasoning behind it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like we want to have a minimal set of named modules.
Mm-hmm.
We don't we specific the anti pattern is to go and call this module boot. No. Because all of our NixOS configurations
Mm-hmm.
will have the same boot aspect. So what we really want is to say this is part of the base named module.
I see. Okay. Okay. And then, yeah, so like the potential for things that need to be different from the base is a conversation to have, you know, another day. But basically, by default, you would put all the sort of core minimal functionality into this base name module.
Yeah, that's why I have base and PC.
Mm-hmm.
I also have EFI.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's already thinking too far ahead. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't. I think it's a good thing to do because some systems are not EFI.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Right.
I don't know, like a Raspberry Pi. I don't think it's an EFI. I don't have one, but
Yeah, that's a good point. And I think that will be an actual real problem I do want to solve, because I do have a Raspberry Pi and it's sitting right in front of me, and I do have an SD card with NixOS on it, but
Mhm.
it will need, I will eventually want to include its configuration into what we're doing here. And
Mhm.
so that will be a fun task we can tackle once we kind of have the easy stuff figured out. Um,
Sounds great.
yeah. Okay. So let me see if I can do this correctly. So basically, um,
Don't don't bother making a set here.
okay, just
Flatten it. Yes.
uh, uh, and then this is where, okay, so you have, okay, so
This is where you can stop. You can ignore what I have there. It's not relevant.
yeah, um,
I mean, do have a set, but not at the NixOS set,
yeah,
but the base set.
oh, interesting. Oh, is this?
You need to read it.
Oh,
Whoops. That's not.
that was interesting. I guess colon R with no arguments reads the current buffer into the current buffer. I did not
Okay.
know that.
And now you should have.
So yeah, I tried E, which I would have
I,
thought would have enabled my formatting stuff. Um,
but it. Yeah, I don't know why not.
maybe it's
Well,
because it's new
sorry,
file
you are
chat.
missing a semicolon, so you don't get that.
Here.
Uh huh.
Okay. Okay. If you have a formatting error, or if you have a
Syntax. Yeah,
syntax error, then you won't get formatting. Okay. Okay. So we've got that line,
that was
and
one
then
line.
nice. I can just delete that. Um, Okay, so then I guess does this one also make sense to put in the same file, or should it go somewhere else?
To me, this is obviously EFI aspect.
Okay. 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 Look at that
And it does
auto-formatting.
not go into base.
Does not. Okay.
It goes into EFI.
One question on the highlighting that I guess I have set up by default. The light blue, I guess that is an indication that you are.
You don't have proper. You won't have proper highlighting for Nix.
Eventually, yes. I guess I'm just noticing it here with whatever is set up by default. And I thought maybe there was something.
We need to set up tree sitter to enable tree sitter.
Yeah, let's get Home Manager done first, and then we can move to that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the EFI and base, what do we call those things? Those are attribute sets under the
Named modules.
named modules under the NixOS. I guess NixOS is the
Class.
feature or aspect. I guess we are working under.
NixOS is a configuration class
Okay.
or module class.
Okay.
Same thing.
Okay. Got it. Okay. All right. So that's good. Okay, then boot.kernel packages. Where does that go?
I don't know this necessary. I think that's probably the default anyway. What do you think the default for this option is? You can use this package option search to figure that out.
That's a good question. What's the best way to search that?
Search.nixos.org.
Is it called boot
Actually,
kernel?
this is not the nicest way. Do you want the nicest way to
Sure.
search? mynixos.com.
What a sweet website name.
Sorry for the name.
That's
Not
okay.
my project. But I think I did have an episode with the author of this.
Shoot, it's very fast. Didn't, I guess maybe just kernel packages. Oh, I misspelled it. Yeah. Okay. Default. So it's already interesting. So the next package is latest. Okay. I'm all about using the latest, so that's fine by me.
Latest
But
sounds fine. Yeah.
yeah. So where to put this, I guess, is the next question. Seems like a, a configuration class called kernel would be reasonable.
I
NixOS.
concur.
Yeah. Okay. So your modules kernel.nix. Should I do NixOS kernel or just kernel?
If you ever
I
want
guess.
to disambiguate it from something else, then do. But at the moment, go simple. Don't think too far ahead.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here's why it's so easy to edit in this setup, because you can just rename, right? This is automatically imported.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And I think, yeah, looking at this now, I'm starting to think all of these 3 files that we've created might belong under the NixOS directory, but can also move that later.
There is no NixOS directory.
Right. But we could
There,
make such a directory.
no. I mean,
No.
you could, not going to tell you what to do, but my take in the dendritic pattern is that NixOS is and implementation detail.
Okay.
And aspects are they cross the boundaries of NixOS and Home Manager. So a single aspect can declare a NixOS module, a Home Manager module, and a NixVim module.
Uh-huh.
And if you that's why you don't create a NixOS directory, because again, just for the same reason you don't create a systemd directory if you can help
Okay.
it.
Okay. 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 So now,
It's not complete. And I want you to have NixD set up and like problems showing up because I want you to be able to see the problems, and I wouldn't have to tell you.
sure. NixD.
PKGs.
Yeah. This I can't refer to that without importing it or taking it as a.
Not from the top. It's not in the top.
Okay.
That's right. This is a NixOS module, therefore it will be past PKGs.
Okay. Okay.
But it will also go into the named NixOS module called base.
Okay. So so you're saying put this into base rather than its own kernel.
If you put this into a named NixOS module kernel, you're going to have to explicitly import that in all of your.
Okay, you're trying to basically allow for the base module to contain, I guess, the minimal NixOS configuration that is independent of, I guess, at least the EFI system or whatever the alternative might be, and
It's just
possibly.
whatever happens to be shared among all of your
Yeah.
NixOS
Okay.
configurations
Okay. Which
for whatever
EFI
reason.
is not shared necessarily across. I mean, yeah, I have a Raspberry Pi. It's not set up in this in this infrastructure repo, but it will be, and it wouldn't use the same bootloader as my other NixOS setups. Therefore, it makes sense to have that separated out into its own thing. But for everything else, that's the same. The thinking is to put them in the base.
Yeah, look, you're right, and we can take this line, bootloader EFI can touch EFI variables, and put it as another NixOS named module in the boot file, because this does have to do with the bootloader, right?
Mm.
So there's a lot of arbitrary decisions here.
I see. Okay, so like you're saying, you could move this whole bit down to the bottom file.
Yes.
Potentially, but it could also stay.
Mm-hmm.
In the end, the automatic imports will have
Yep.
no difference. It's just kind of whether it aligns with the organizational thinking or not, one way or the other.
Right.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
it's a good thing to have this problem. This is the only problem we want to have.
Mm-hmm.
We want the problem that comes with the freedom we are not constrained in how we organize the code.
Right. Right. Okay. So host name. So moving on to the next thing, host name is definitely something that's going to vary between NixOS configuration. So putting that into base doesn't make sense.
Yeah, leave it in this file.
Okay. And actually, it might be a good time to rename it to something more meaningful, but I can leave it for the file.
Yeah, you should rename it to P14S personal. It already has a
Yeah.
name, so
Yeah, I'll just do, okay. And then, yeah, I think
well then
general,
in that case you probably want to rename the configuration, right?
yeah, yeah.
To be the
The whole
same.
file itself. Yeah, I can do that with git at the command line. Actually, let me just do that as a separate commit. I think I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
do that later, but I'll
So
keep this
so for
file.
now rename it to P14S personal so that it's aligned with the name of the file and the name of the configuration.
Okay. Uh, okay.
The file name and the configuration name, like
Uh,
line 4.
okay. Yeah. Okay. This is all just
Let's just
garbled.
delete those. Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. Network manager enable true. I think we want that. And then that's probably going to go into the
I
base.
have some advice regarding networking.
Okay.
I think I have a very nice networking setup, but it would be kind of a shame that we will be disconnected if something goes wrong.
Ah, right.
I don't think that something will go wrong if we just switch, but who knows?
I do have a separate machine I could connect with. So that could be a backup, but maybe we leave this. Well, I guess
Yep,
there's two
let's
pieces,
for
right?
later.
Yeah, moving this to its own appropriate file, and then
Mm-hmm.
the other is you have some other stuff on top of that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, ones, western sauce, networking.
Yeah, there's just a directory there, networking, and you can just steal everything.
Okay, I'll take a look, and then verify whether or not the
I don't
changed.
think it would work good with GNOME though.
Oh, really?
But
Interesting.
I also would recommend ditching GNOME. It seems to be managed by strange people.
Okay. Yeah, I at one point in time I spent more time playing with some other window managers, or I guess technically I don't know if it's a window manager or a desktop manager or whatever. I forget the category that GNOME is, but
Hmm.
uh yeah, I think I was using Sway at one point.
Mm-hmm.
There were a few other ones, and there's one I think there's definitely some that look interesting. I just haven't had time to explore them. So
But it was all, you were not using Nix, so it was all ephemeral,
yes, exactly.
just
Okay, so
adventures,
yep, exactly.
temporary adventures.
Okay, so time zone. Time zone and internationalization properties.
Well, I mean,
This,
do you really think networking should remain here? Whatever it is?
no. But so basically, I should move this into its own file, and then we can look into the
Mm-hmm.
extra stuff later. Okay, so modules. I mean,
Networking
networking.
should probably be a directory because you're going to have more stuff there. You're going to have DNS and utilities. This
Um,
would be something like daemon or manager.
mm,
I think daemon is good. This network manager itself is a daemon that like tries to make sure that you're online. Of course, it's relevant mostly for PCs.
Mm-hmm. I think, yeah, so I guess, so this will go, uh,
And I would recommend that this would go into a NixOS module called PC.
okay. And I guess, so we now have base, PC, and EFI.
Yes.
Is that right? Okay. And so the thinking behind PC is
It's not a
sort of,
server.
yeah, no server.
It's a laptop, a desktop. It has a screen.
Right.
It
Okay.
has a keyboard.
Okay. Got it. Makes sense.
Can move around sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it has Wi-Fi.
Right. Okay. So then this stuff, do you think time and, yeah, I guess time should go on its own, maybe just time or time zone?
Yeah, I think I did. I think I just time. That's what I did. Probably. I don't know. See, what did I do?
And that should also probably be in the base configuration.
Yeah, it's funny that this thing exists at all.
This
I
time
think
zone.
I left this to be the default.
Hmm.
Actually, what is this? Time.time zone. Time.time zone. Because it's like a NixOS configuration. Our systems are not supposed to have a time zone, right? The default is null, and that means UTC, which I think is better than anything else. Like, you take your laptop to another, cross a time zone.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's incorrect.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, UTC is always correct.
Right. I guess.
And in your home, you can always change your time zone, and I can show you how to do that. In fact, you can take a look.
Okay.
But I think for now, you can just delete this line.
Okay. Oops.
I mean, having a time, you can probably just look at mine and I don't know. I'm trying to scope creep. I'm scope creeping here.
It happens. Okay, so you have this Nix on Droid.
Yeah, ignore that. That's nothing. It's Nix on Droid.
Okay. But yeah, I guess within your, you don't have it. Yeah, you have it disabled on your base module, or you have it as the default on your base module. Okay, yeah. So basically, if you leave it on set.
Here, automatic time zone D. Boom. That.
Okay, and that's under services. Automatic time zone D. Okay, yeah. So actually, that will basically use your internet connection somehow to determine what the appropriate time zone is. or it'll use
Yeah,
something,
and
some geolo.
it'll use GeoClue. You see the next thing there,
Mm-hmm.
and there's this workaround, and there's a link to the comment where the workaround's from. Um, details. Just
Yeah.
I would just take it all.
Okay.
This takes care of your time sync king, right? Synchronization and time zone automatic. That's it.
Okay. So if I just put let's see. So base, that is this needs to go under
And
services.
take the entire thing. Take from the whole services attributes to its end. You're good.
Okay. Okay.
NTPDRS was logging too much, so I set it to warn.
And there's what is the RS for? Is that something with Rust or what is that?
Yes.
Okay, it's a
It's
Rust implementation of
mm-hmm.
NTPDT. Got it. Okay.
Another line.
Yeah. Okay. So probably these should go somewhere. Okay, so then, yeah, I guess for my, it seems reasonable to put all these into the same.
That is the default value.
So all of
What
this?
you have there for default locale, that's the default. I'm looking at the option.
Okay, and I guess
the extra locale settings, the default is empty.
How often do defaults change? I guess that's the only question that would sort of.
Actually, they change, but like they most often when they change it for things that deem to matter, then the default depends on state version, and then practically for your system they won't change.
Okay, so I could either leave this or remove it, and it would make no difference. The question, I guess, is whether I want to redundantly specify something versus.
I would say because the extra locale settings that's not the default. The default is actually empty. I say leave all this as is.
Okay. Yeah. That was going to be my inclination as well. Okay. Should I do a quick build to make sure I have not blundered something?
But then,
not like an actual NixOS rebuild switch, but just a build only or something.
We're not ready for that.
Okay.
This is not working yet.
Okay. Okay. Services. Looks like we have quite a few different services. Some are X server related, and that's nice that they've given us some distance between enabling this and setting these XKB options. What other stuff do we? So we have a lot of services. It looks like. Um,
I wouldn't look ahead.
you wouldn't what?
I wouldn't look ahead. I would just keep doing the next line short-sightedly.
Okay, so my inclination is okay. X server. Is this independent? Like, is Wayland and X11 like are those different settings that you would enable? Or, like X server is kind of a generic X server name, right? Like that could be Wayland or it could be X11.
I think you're right. This is actually Wayland, if I'm not mistaken.
Right. Yeah. Like I suspect this comment is like out of date or something. It doesn't actually mean you're choosing X11 instead of Wayland. Although there's no mention of Wayland explicitly in these files. So, okay.
I'm searching around for the answer to this. But we don't need the answer. We don't need the answer because all we need to know is that it is a display server.
Okay. And yeah, I think I need to have this line somewhere. So, I mean, xserver.nix seems.
I don't know. This kind of looks like
PC maybe.
it kind of looks like X server, not Wayland. That's what I'm trying to say here. That this is not Wayland. This is actually
Yeah, it's a little unclear to me.
fixed services X server.
Yeah, I guess
But
it could.
let's avoid scope creep.
All right. Yeah. Otherwise, yeah, I agree. Okay, so do you think this belongs in base or in PC maybe?
PC, definitely PC.
Yeah.
I could imagine that you'd have something with a screen that is not a PC, like one of those things that show some metrics on the wall.
Oh, yeah, like some yeah, there's a little whatever they're
But
called. Yeah.
it's okay that we have some options that we have the same value between, because we just happen to have the same value. It's not really duplication just because you're using the same value for the same option in two different places.
Right.
It's for different reasons.
Okay, next one is, so there's the services.display manager, services.desktop manager, which
GDM and is like deeply coupled with GNOME. In fact, I think GNOME like refuses to run without GDM or missing features
right,
without GDM, something like
right.
that. So it all goes into GNOME. And maybe GNOME is like enough of an aspect to call it GNOME. In fact, because of this, right? Because GNOME forces GDM, I don't know that GDM is very good at starting anything other than GNOME.
Mm-hmm.
It's somewhat mutually exclusive with other desktop environments.
Mm-hmm.
It at least makes it not easy to coexist.
Right.
So my wife uses Cosmic Desktop.
Huh. I haven't heard of that one. K or C?
C.
C.
It's implemented in Rust, and it's made by, continuously developed by System 76. They
Oh,
sell
okay.
computers.
Yeah. Cosmic?
Yep. Cosmic Desktop.
Hmm.
I think Rust is a good selling point, and also that there's a budget
Acting.
for it. So
Yeah. Yeah.
there's a company that cares that this works properly.
Right. Right. Cool. Okay. Good to know about. Okay. Well, for the moment, we'll solve that problem at a later date. PC or base?
PC.
PC. Okay. Yeah.
Base will have some servers that are not PC, so they don't want GNOME.
Mm-hmm. Oh, excuse me. Okay. So we got that. FW update, that's the firmware updater thing. That's probably also something in the PC category.
I would say this is base, because anything
Think so.
that has firmware that can be updated using firmware update D probably should be.
Okay. So
But I would put this in firmware, maybe,
yeah.
the aspect of firmware.
Okay.
Base.
Okay.
And you can add the GUI for this to the PC NixOS module.
Ah, okay. I was not aware there was a GUI. It's cool. And that is, yeah, so what is that? So
Mm,
there's also this firmware update UI thing. Huh. There's a, let's see.
well, I have it, so I should be able to find it. I'm not finding it. I don't have the GUI.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm not seeing it either. Maybe it's got a different name or something.
Maybe GNOME has it,
Yeah, that could be some sort of, um,
But again, if it doesn't take
yeah.
10 seconds, it's scope creep.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll just get rid of that. Okay. So that's in firmware.nix. It's in the base. Remind me again, base is a module in the NixOS category, or or what is the
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
terminology again?
It's a NixOS class.
Class. Okay. Okay. X11 key map.
Sounds like it would go in the internationalization.
hmm.
Or maybe that should be named locale.
Mm.
But
Mhm.
seems like it's reasonable to put this with them together.
Um, yeah. Yeah, so okay. Yeah, I agree. This file should probably just be called locale instead. Okay, so cups probably belongs in PC under printing. Sure. Okay. All this stuff maybe under sound and under PC
Audio?
or audio. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. This is all of that stuff. Okay. Seem good. Okay, so then we are getting into okay, actually, what is this? I missed this
The
one.
default for Pulse Audio is enable is false.
And okay, so I could leave that off just since
Yeah.
it's kind of redundant.
Yeah, definitely. This is a relic.
Pipewire. Okay, so is Pipewire a replacement for Pulse Audio?
It is. And you can see that the Pulse enable.
So it's got like some compatibility for
Exactly.
Pulse Audio if you need it. Okay.
Yes.
And what about RT-Kit? Is that, and that's under security, which is kind of interesting.
I don't know why it's under security, but it's recommended to enable this. And I think it allows the Pipewire daemon to it itself to be high real time something kernel feature,
Right.
so that
Okay.
otherwise you get more stuttering.
Right. Right. Okay. Fine to leave that. Okay. There was this other option that was commented out, which was
You
touchpad
don't need
support.
this jack stuff.
Wait, sorry, the jack stuff. Yeah, I don't need that. But then, yeah, the touchpad support was another one that I just did delete that. Right. I don't think I need to worry about
Enable default in most desktop manager. I think it does end up being enabled by default because of GNOME enabled true. So yes, I think you can remove that. Look, I have laptops and I don't think I have this. I'm not sure that I have this.
You're right. Okay. User accounts. So we have this and okay, let me think about this here.
We can probably have a directory called users.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking too. So one per user or all in one file or
I think one per user. That's what I would do. But I think you should have a directory for your user.
oh, okay, not
Because
a
you're going to stick all your home managers.
okay.
Maybe. I'm not convinced of what I just said.
Okay. Let's try.
Let's try a file, right?
Yeah, let's try a file. We can refactor to a directory if needed. Bundles, users, Nix. And this will be this stuff. Is that and this should be
Actually, not all of it.
the packages. Yeah, I mean this
Like
is
the fact that your user exists, that you can remove. Yeah. The fact that your user exists is one thing, and that it is a normal user is another thing. Fine, and it has a description. Okay, but these extra groups, they belong in. One is about networking, and the other is about. Well, the other one, wheel, can stay here if you like. It's very simple. But network manager belongs in the networking daemon, right?
Yeah, you're saying modules networking. Where did we put that? You're saying putting essentially this line into the file at the top. In the same group, the PC group, or I guess
yes, because that is the group that has network manager.
I see. Okay.
Not group, named module.
Name module. Yeah. Okay. I see why that makes sense. I guess what's still not clear to me yet, but I imagine will become so, is how the different named modules get pulled together. And like under some circumstance, for example, a machine that has a user Luke but does not use network manager, how that would get excluded, like how that would yeah, I guess exactly how we like pull those things together or not.
That's why it's together with network manager enabled. True.
Okay, so So this will be something like, okay.
Yes. And the shell, well,
Mm-hmm.
that's a different aspect.
Yep. Um,
Since we don't have yet, even if we did have home manager, it would be in the same file, right?
um, you mean in this loop.nix or in what other file?
In the same file that where I mean, some file called zish, for example.
Okay. Um,
The fact that Luke uses zish
mhm.
in the context of this infrastructure repo probably belongs in a file called modules shells zish,
Okay.
something like that.
Okay.
Of course, we can create options, but we don't have much code yet, so
Oh, and also this needs to have, I guess it doesn't if I move it out, but, um, okay. So then this is, okay. Um, is base the right module for this? Or
Mhm.
I think it is, yeah. Okay. Um, okay. And then, so yeah, I feel like there was some shenanigans regarding the shell and system and home manager to like get the stars to align for everything to work properly. Because like I think you can't purely do it in home manager if I understand correctly, because the system needs to set Etsy shells or something like that.
Yes, but you can you can you can use we can say something like, so the shell of that user is taken from their um from their home manager um shell package. We can do that.
Oh, I see. So rather than doing, wait, Sorry, say that again.
We can say the shell for this user in the
Mhm,
NixOS,
mhm.
it's a package, right? So the package will be whatever the package is for their shell and their home manager configuration.
Okay.
To be clear, home manager does not have the concept of a default shell,
Hmm.
but it can if we add an option for that.
Okay. Okay. I think so. Just as a time check, I think we're scheduled for for 3 more minutes. And I have a meeting in 13 more minutes. So maybe this is the stopping point. And I guess, is there anything to review?
Well, it's broken at the moment, so
Yeah. Yeah. So I guess how, well, I guess which part is specifically broken?
that we're not importing any of these modules into this NixOS configuration.
Okay.
We just
I,
took values out of it to configuration, but
I
not
see.
importing them.
Okay. Is it worth making that change now? Or, I mean, I can also just
Yeah,
use
imports equals
and do that where?
on the right.
Oh, all the way over on the right. Okay. So maybe here.
Uh, imports equals config dot flake dot nixos. You're right, modules dot nixos dot base and P-
See.
PC and EFI.
Okay. So if I've done my copy pasting correctly, this should be a no op right now, right?
Practically.
Okay. Okay. Quick test for that without doing a rebuild switch, but rather just uh, a flake build or something. Yeah. What is the name of the package that I want to build to see if this is?
I think you can do NixOS rebuild build. But first, git.
Uh, yeah. So git add, um, all that probably. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then, um,
NixOS rebuild build
guild.
flake.
It's like that or something.
No, just the name of the host. Yes. And now if the host name, which I don't know what it currently is, I think it's called infra. I don't know. If the
Um,
host name is the default for that. So if the host name matches then you don't need to specify.
the host
Okay.
name.
It's NixOS, and that's not what the configuration attribute is.
Yes. So this should be NixOS. That's
No,
no.
that's this is the output attribute. So this is P14.
Okay.
Yes, I'm saying if your host name is P14 as personal, then you don't need to specify this.
Mm, I see. Gotcha. It will just take it from the system host name or the running, whatever the host name of the running device is right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is there any? That's it, right?
Well, we can use big L.
Yeah.
Yep.
What is that file?
Print build logs.
Okay.
Actually, that might not work. I don't know. Try.
Conflict. Personal. Okay. Imports. Experimental features. Okay. So this is.
I think we missed the fact that imports is some already defined.
Okay. It's down here. Should I just move this up?
Yeah, merge them somehow.
Yeah. Unexpected. So, okay, in my ZF stage. 1.5.
Which file?
It's yes, ZSH. So it's complaining about that. Okay, now it sounds so it's this file on the left is the one it's unhappy about.
You have an extra curly,
Uh
and that curly should have a semi.
okay. Okay, let me see. I think I can fix this. This is in time.nix. Let me do.
Lib from the top, not from the NixOS. I recommend taking lib from the top, not from the NixOS.
I'm not sure what you mean when you say that.
From the flake parts module, not from the NixOS module. If you take that line and just move it all the way to the top of the file, this way.
Okay. And why is that again?
Because it's always there. So this is a decision that is easy to make.
Okay. Whereas with packages, you don't do that because you want that to be coming from flake parts.
I don't care where it's coming from. It's usually the same lib, but it's always here. So I don't want in one file I have lib coming from there, and in another file I have lib coming from the NixOS.
Okay, I guess maybe I
Just consistency.
I'm a little confused as to like here on this bottom.
That's
ZSH.
PKGs.
Right.
That does not exist at the top level.
Okay. Okay. Services does not exist.
Take a look at that file. Services, it's outside of the NixOS space.
So
we have infinite recursion.
Yeah.
Oh, I know why. On the right, you have config. Delete that config.
On all three of these?
No, where config is obtained.
Here.
Yes, delete that and add config from the top. That's what we meant. And never have config from anywhere else other than the top.
Okay, so config and lib should always go at the top level. Packages or PKGs should have to go
where they're coming from. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, that's something that I'm still slightly confused about, but we can tackle that another time. Hardware is missing. That's personal.
Because we're actually using the wrong config here.
Okay.
What we should be doing is using, instead of config here, we should be using NixOS args.
What do you mean?
NixOS args, literally. NixOS args dot config, and probably make NixOS args 2 words.
Like with a dot or a type?
Camel case 2 words. Yes. And go all the way to the top. And then you see where PKGs is?
Uh-huh.
You see where the curly before that is?
Mm-hmm.
Before that curly, add NixOS args.
Okay. Like
Right before that curly, NixOS args. And the @ sign.
Okay.
This is how we refer to a config that is not top level.
I see.
And now it's evaluated successfully.
Okay.
We seem to have
some warnings
this.
here.
This is build logs, because you never seen the build logs.
Okay.
This was
Presumably,
always there.
these were always there, just not visible. Okay. Okay. I gotta go to my other meeting. I will.
Good work.
I will find another time, but yeah, maybe in a couple days, and we can resume. Let's see. Yeah.
I'll stop the recording.
Okay. Thank you.